a group of gnomes before misunderstanding saved all their lives.
Are we sure it wasn't the misunderstanding that nearly killed them?
No. It was a misunderstanding that saved their lives because we were definitely going to kill them. All of them. Women, men, women, and children. All of them.
Damn.
And then we found out that, wait, these are not actually, all of these are not cultists. Just a couple of them. So we don't have to kill them all. And that was a good point because I was having a moral issue and Under was raring to go. So
It sounds a little backwards, and also it does sound like the misunderstanding was what almost killed them, and not what saved them.
Pete, I don't know if you were here for it,
I
but
wasn't.
oh, okay. So,
a moment of clarification saved them.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought.
The moment of clarification only occurred because Mister went, Gilbert, you sick bastard. Why would you force us to kill all the men, women, and children? And I looked at him and I go, what are you talking about? You gave yourselves this quest.
Mhm.
And then that started a domino effect of them piecing together the fact that they had completely lost themselves in the sauce of their own roleplay and almost murdered 112 gnomes.
Damn.
to the man.
I really
In what
It's not really
amounts
murder
to
if
a
it's a gnome
block
thing.
party with a big sign written in crayon that says "Welcome Dern and CERN."
Yeah, that's when I started having issues. When you posted the sign, I was like, yeah, no. If they wasn't prepared a big welcome for us, it'd have been fine for us to go in there and kill them all. But they went out of their way to make us, feel welcome, and
I'll have to keep that in mind, mister.
I mean, if they didn't say anything, and if they were all lined up in rows and not, families and stuff, I would have had no problem because I would have assumed they were cultists. But they were families and old people, and I didn't think, you can't use. I mean, we would have.
What level are we, by the way?
Here's the sign, by the way.
14,
14?
1-4.
Alright. I'm gonna give myself another level.
Yeah, that's the sign.
That's all it takes to give Mister a crisis of faith.
No, that's what the sign helped, but it was also the fact that he said it was the same ones that we had seen at the the apartments. The ones we harassed that weren't cultists, and we were in the wrong for that. They were there with their kids, and I'm like, wait, we already know they're not cultists. We know this.
Well,
Why
I
are
mean,
they here?
the party knows this. I'm not sure CERN and Dern are fully convinced they're not cultists.
This is true, but me as a player, I couldn't. If I was a darker person, then I would have stomped through there and slaughtered them all. But because CERN
Thankfully,
probably
we
would
did
have
not.
done that. Yeah, because CERN probably would have followed Dern's lead, and Dern was.
And then
you
we left the
all
city again
face death,
promptly.
So. I mean, Dern had went as far as pull his sword and started giving their final speech.
Right? I was about to reduce them to a fine candy-colored pate.
I have went back and re-listened to that episode, and it is shocking how close we came to just doing.
You guys have to realize the rest of the party would have stopped you guys from killing the women and children, at least.
History says no, they wouldn't have.
No, they wouldn't have. They would have been dealt with if they turned against us. They would have been dealt with accordingly.
I mean, I wouldn't have attacked you outright. I would have.
No. I. It's more that since when has the party ever stopped us from committing an atrocity?
It's very true. I
Okay.
mean, usually the party goes
that's enough
along
of a
with
recap.
Well, and then after that, we decided to go to this lake, and there's like a war-torn region in the area.
Oh yeah, we're doing it.
Yeah, Lake Hibbelman.
Yeah, we're doing the ritual. We get to do the dark magic that we're going to kill the people, that we killed the guys They wanted us to steal the dagger for the dark magic just so we could. I think we got used and was tying up loose ends on that one. I think they played us, but you know.
What? All right. So what do we have here? All right. Yes. So you guys have decided that of the 3 ways to get to Lake Kibblemore, you decided that you would prefer to, rather than fight a dragon in the mountains, you would rather walk through a war-torn region of northern woodlands and mountains. And so, your journey into the terraced peaks,
Into the heart of darkness.
I don't get your reference. It takes about 7 days of travel through these rather treacherous mountains. Wait, what? Okay, yep, no, I'm reading the right thing. Yes, yeah. So it takes about 10 days of travel as you guys make it through to the other side, and now that you're on the north face of these mountains, you can already see signs of the war. Namely, a village of maybe about 100 structures is currently left desolated, unoccupied, and razed to the ground ahead of you.
Would we have had time to find out who the belligerents in this war are and why it's being fought and over what?
Oh yeah, I suppose that would have been something you could have done. It is a war being fought between several of the petty kings of this region and one of the major dwarven holds.
Okay, and why?
It would seem as though the Northman tribes are convinced that the end of days are upon them and are seeking to settle some old scores with the dwarves. Specifically, at the hold of Matossi, the Matossi hold dwarves.
Do these people believe the end of days involves like a big Ragnarok Armageddon style giant war and they were just getting it started in advance?
More or less, yeah.
Okay.
So they're doomsday cults? Question mark.
Give me a religion check.
Huh. Really?
Any one of you who'd like to try may feel free to roll.
It's more like a self-fulfilling end of the world prophecy.
Funny how that works.
24.
Be right back.
1 second. All right. So 24. Wait, what was your question? Oh, right. Doomsday cults. So this is less of a doomsday cult and more that it is a simple staple of the religions north of the terraced peaks. Like, you would be hard pressed to find a variety of mainstay religion that doesn't include a war at the end of the world.
But these guys are going at least slightly out of their way to start that war, so if need be to convince certain people, we can spin it as doomsday cults. I mean, nothing, I didn't say anything. Especially not out loud, that'd be silly. Alright, that answers my question.
Yeah, so not quite doomsday cult, just like millennialism. No, that's what that's called.
Diet Doomsday.
If you want to call it that.
A Y1K bug.
Well, I assume it was called millennialism back when people thought the world was going to end in 1000 AD or something. I don't know, but it's still called that.
Alright, but I think we don't have any particular reason to go after these guys yet. So unless they come to us, we should be fine just ignoring it.
Hmm.
Unless people want to intervene for whatever reason in another country's vaguely domestic affairs.
Well, I mean, this is just how wars are fought in this time, right? I mean, this isn't especially evil. Gilbert?
What, the end of days thing going on here, or the fact that this village was burned?
The fact that the village was burned.
Well, that does tend to happen in the way that wars are fought during this time.
Right, so it's not like this was like an especially evil act on anyone's part. Obviously, if they were trying to burn it in front of us, we would have to intervene, but there's no need to like call up a holy crusade against, one side or the others because of one burned village.
Yeah.
I suppose the question here is, what are you guys doing? As you can see, you guys are kind of at the end of the pass and can see this burned out village about a quarter mile ahead.
Maybe we should take a closer look.
Sure, let's take a look at it. Maybe there's survivors we can help.
Sift through the clothing and look for loose change.
I feel like that's not a recognizable enough Princess Bride reference if you don't.
I know, it's one of my favorites though as a rogue.
No, it's good.
Only if we find someone who's, all the way dead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Look who's doing so much. She's one of my favorite scenes in all of TV history, movie history.
So much. All right.
Aren't you the medical max who works for the king? Tell the king's stinking son fired me.
The king's thinking son fired me.
While you're at it, why don't you give me a paper cut? Put some lemon juice on it.
No,
All right.
you give her Billy Crystal's Yiddish accent like this.
Back which?
I'm not a witch, I'm your wife.
So much gold in that fucking scene.
See, what he actually said was to bluff. Okay.
Oh no, to blave.
To blave.
As we know, that's French for to bluff. He probably owes you some money.
All right.
We need to stop, otherwise we will quote the whole fucking film.
Anybody want a peanut?
Inconceivable.
Okay, I think we want to go through the village, right? And see
Yeah,
if
we
there-
want to go through the village, look for survivors, and
Are
loose
we gonna
change.
loot? All right.
Of course.
Of course, of course.
I mean, they're probably dead. They're not going to need their stuff.
Maybe they
It's
fled.
not like they're Egyptian.
You don't know they all died.
All right, you guys approach the village, and as you guys get closer, you can see that it was pretty thoroughly sacked. Even the walls are fairly damaged.
Sacked, but not razed to the ground. Like there were still buildings.
Yes,
Okay.
badly damaged,
Oh yeah.
but yeah, it's been razed, just not razed to the ground, I suppose is the best way to put it.
I'd like to start doing some post-battle forensics. I mainly want to know if this was like a last stand that ended in the defenders being slaughtered to a man, or if they fled, and also stuff like how long ago it was. You know.
All right, yeah. So you guys have approached this, and you can see that the gate on this side is very clearly blocked and barred from the outside.
On this side.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, from the outside.
Of
Okay.
it.
From the outside.
Like they closed the gatehouses from the outside and then burned the village.
That's grim.
Give me a investigation check and a survival check as you kind of we'll stick an insight check on the end there. A series of 3 checks as you do battlefield forensics, as you poke around this.
Can I hold off on
space.
getting your result on this until we've explored like the inside of the town? I feel like there would be a lot of relevant info in there.
Of course.
I was going to say, what check are you making?
I would be doing the investigation. I'm no good at survival or insight.
Okay. I mean, I can help with I mean, Sinclair has enough experience to help with battle assessment, right?
I'm
With an
decent.
investigation.
I'm decent with survival and insight.
Yeah, because I have insight, I have investigation, I have survival proficient.
I mean, if anything, I think that the Lorbard cult investigation shows that Dern and Cern are expert investigators.
I'm gonna lean towards. We'll put that on the back burner. If we don't figure anything out, we'll ask you.
Why do you think he's called
Fancy.
Lorebard? It's because of all the stuff they know.
Dern, if you handle all the investigations, then the cultists are going to know how you investigate, and then they'll be able to work around that and avoid future investigations. So we have to save your investigative skills for the ones that really matter.
That's
the
a,
investigative cavalry.
that's a good point. You guys should investigate the town. Cern and I can like investigate the surroundings and make sure that there was no cult activity that led to this.
Yeah,
Don't
you go do
wander
that.
too far.
No. We're just gonna be walking the perimeter.
All right. So you guys like trying to climb over the wall? You guys tearing through the barricade?
No, we can do the perimeter
I-
first. See if there's an easier way to go in.
I have a climb speed. I should be able to just
I
get
mean-
into the gatehouse and lower it, right?
I mean, Dern would point out the doors are barred from this side. We can just unlock the door.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they're still barred because there's still something in there they don't want to get out.
Well, I mean, I could fly over and see what's going on.
Well, I want to see the perimeter anyways.
Well, you check the perimeter. I'll fly over the town and see if there's anything that still might be, kicking around in there that might, be let out, and then we'll reconvene and see if it's a smart idea to undo the gate.
I can distribute some Longstrider. And then Dern can fly too.
How
Take
long
an
does any of
aerial.
them last? Like a minute?
Hour.
An hour? Okay. Yeah, I'll if someone wants to go with me while we power walk the perimeter.
Yeah. So I'll Longstrider everybody. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Don't
6.
long strider me.
Plus 10 movement. Not ground speed movement. Plus 10 movement.
Yeah. And I can go with you, Dern. Or Pork Chop, and like take like an aerial position using my flying mount.
Very good. Oh, what's your
I can
flying
go
mount?
with you, Dern. Said
Oh,
Dern to Dern.
Big Bird.
Dern, do you want the Longstrider on you or your mount?
I thought Big Bird was flightless.
Not my Big Bird.
Flightless bird.
Okay.
On the bird?
On
I've
the
never
bird,
seen
please.
Big Bird fly.
Okay, yeah. So plus 10 on the bird movement. Then.
Okay. So the bird has a 70-foot fly speed.
Then everybody else just on them.
But I'll be
What's the
going
one you have?
slower to kind of keep pace. The Pork Chop is acting as like an aerial.
But I'm thinking more so combat. If we run into any resistance that, opposes us, we'll all have it, logged. Because I think it'll take less than an hour to find that part.
All right. So, Faradul, you fly up and get a bird's eye view of the village, while Porkchop power walks with Sinclair on the sides. So we'll start with this. Porkchop and Sinclair, you guys can clearly see that the space you're walking around had some rather heavy foot traffic. Several dozens of what look to be very heavy individuals step through here. The footprints are quite
This is all
pounded
going in a
into the
journal, by the
soil.
way.
Alrighty.
Oh, wait, does this village have a name that we know?
Uh, Hamig.
Hmm. Battle of Hameg. No, I'm writing that with 2 G's. I disagree.
Yeah, that's fair. I like it better with 2 G's.
They're all dead, and you're changing the name of their town.
Yeah. An archaeologist rewriting history. Can you imagine?
Is this
think-
particular region green?
Well, I was actually about to ask about the roof color.
Well, it was
No.
green, but they weren't having it.
No, the roof colors are not green. However, the tattered remains of the settlement's banners are green. Also, the woodlands around are green.
Is there a neighboring town called Coffee Toast or something like that?
I'm just happy we walked into Green Eggs and Ham and not the Butter Battle book.
That would be messy.
I'm gonna have to save the Dr. Seuss references for a different region, but I'll have to have that.
Great. Now we have to worry about a giant fucking elephant.
Oh, I saw that movie in theaters. I hate that you.
Hey, I lost a character to a giant fucking elephant.
I stepped on you. So, Faradul, as you fly over, you can see there's There's a lot of burned bodies down there, man.
Ah, so the toast is inside the ham egg town. Gotcha.
Yeah, it looks like the population was massacred.
Right, well, not unexpected, unfortunately, but just keep flying over, doing kind of like a generic search, back and forth to see if there's anything that might still not be extra burnt, and anything out of the ordinary there.
And just
Well,
to
there
clarify,
are.
these dead villagers are all mostly humans, right?
Yes.
So that means this was done by dwarves.
That would definitely track with the footprints. But yeah, Faradol, as you fly overhead it,
Track with the footprints. That's
yeah.
great.
Thank you. You can see that the whole village was razed. You're not going to get much more with a bird's eye sweep.
Right, but
Anything else is going to be somewhere in the charred remains and ash.
right, but there's no like major differences, which is the key thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah, there's not like one building that was left unscathed.
Yeah, gotcha. So yeah, that was what I was looking for. So I'll fly on the outside then to meet up back with Porkchop and relay the fact that there's nothing out of the ordinary in the town. It looks all dead. So there's, it's not like there's a giant fucking elephant that's on fire that will stomp the party if we open the gate.
Okay.
And as you guys reach the northern end of the village and can now get a more clear view of the valley, you can see that downhill, maybe at most a mile, is a battlefield, or rather, was a battlefield. There are a lot of bodies down there, several thousand. It looks like an army was smote on the field here.
Which one? I'm guessing the humans.
Based on the banners that you can see that are left, yes. It was, there are about 4 banners, different varieties present. They are all fallen.
Does this war have a name that it's being called, and also does this alliance of human petty kings and those dwarven holds have names respectively?
I'm back.
Yes. One moment while I type up.
I think so long as we're in the region, I'll be taking off my archaeologist hat and putting on my war correspondent hat.
the blue helmet.
No, not that one. I actually do things. I even fight people.
Ah, the schmog. Got it.
No, I just have I have a big breastplate that says press on it. But I'm
You have
also
a
armed.
breastplate?
Yeah. Well, I'll put it to you like this. I'm here to shoot combat photos, but if the shit gets too thick, I'll go to the throwing axes.
Except he's holding a sword.
Yeah, they say the pen is mightier than the sword, but I brought both just in case.
Those would be the kingdoms in question.
Mm.
What was the other question?
Oh, does the conflict have a name yet?
It
Or
does
maybe
not.
I should come up with one.
That would be entirely justifiable, yes.
All right. Well, going by convention, is there a specific name for this particular region of the area north of the terraced peaks?
Like the geographic space?
Yeah, where this conflict is mostly relegated to.
Oh, yes, the long terraces.
Okay. Then it will be called the War in the Long Terraces, or maybe the Long Terrace War, or something.
The conflict for the long terraces.
Ooh, I think I like North Terrace War. I'm gonna go with that.
Ah, nice.
The reason being is the geography. The southern end is called the Terraced Peaks, mostly because it is a rather steep set of mountains that have had like agricultural terraces worked into them.
And this is the
And
part where it kind of flattens out, hence the long terraces.
yes, the north side has a much more gradual incline.
Hmm. Yep, that makes sense. Okay, that's all going in the journal.
All right. But yeah, you can see from a distance here that it doesn't even look like there was much of a route.
Did he break up badly for anybody else?
This this
It's not just that channel, is it?
What happened?
I hear you.
I think
That was that channel.
This happened again.
How is that issue relegated to only one channel?
because when we change channels, it actually reconnects over VoIP.
Oh.
And
It builds
if they're
it basically creates a room.
Yeah, it's
Right.
and if it's going through some type of CDN, then when we connect, we're getting a different server, different physical server by connecting to
Yeah,
a
it
different
it,
channel.
it redoes the route.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We had, what was this, Saturday we had this issue, right?
Yeah.
It's fucking weird though. Twice in 3 days.
Yeah, we should have stuck with
Be having a bit
TeamSpeak.
of an oopsie.
Yep.
I had a nickel for every time it happened.
I'd be
That's two
fucking
nickels.
rich.
But it'd be fucking weird that I got 2 nickels.
Anyway, that's I think all the information I wanted, but some other people were doing something else, I think. I
I
think
was
they were
just
climbing.
whiteboarding with you, so.
Yeah, you were, but I think some people were climbing the walls or something.
Well, I was flying over the walls with you,
Yeah, you were with me, but then I think
keeping an
Mittens
eye out
and-
for any
Fair
potential
Duel went-
cult activity.
Yeah.
Fair Duel went airborne for aerial view. Mittens was climbing the wall, and I think CERN was tending the wagon.
Oh, okay. Well, we can go into the village now.
Is there a temple in this village?
There was. The structure itself is almost entirely collapsed. You can see the altar and the shrines to the gods at the back of the structure, coated in ash.
Well, I'm not sure what the rest of the party's doing, but I'm going to go there. I'll just check and see if there's any holy relics that need to be secured. We can drop them off at the closest unraised temple.
Yeah, just gonna
All right.
see what's intact in town.
So, Dern, give me an investigation check as you look around this shrine. You find no holy relics of any kind. You do find the charred remains of the Book of Sermons.
I see. The lore bard does not approve of this.
Mittens, I believe you said you were doing something?
Yeah, just looking around for anything even vaguely intact.
Looking around for what?
Anything vaguely intact that hasn't been like burnt or crushed or shattered open.
Give me an investigation check.
Ah. Investigate. 10.
Well, you're checking out the remains of a house when you step onto a section of the floorboards that apparently was more burned out than they looked, and you fall. They crash and spewing of ash and charcoal into a basement. You can see a pair of dead bodies and a chest.
Recently dead.
Well, eh. Yeah, within a couple of days. Their flesh is unburnt. It looks like they died of asphyxiation or smoke inhalation.
All right. How about this chest? Is it locked? I'll go ahead and try and open it.
All right, it's locked.
Hmm.
And your eyes are kind of burning right now, and the air feels off as you've been breathing it.
How big is this chest? Like Foot Locker sized?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and pick it up and throw it out the hole I made.
All right. What's your push drag left?
600.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can give me an athletics check as you throw it.
Numbers. 28.
Yeah, you're able to yeet it out of the hole.
All right. Then I would like to jump out if I can myself. All right. If I need a running start, that'll give me an 8-foot vertical.
Yeah, it's doable.
All right. Then I'll look for who's our rogue Sinclair. I'll climb up onto the gatehouse to look for party members, Sinclair in particular, but I can also just actually fuck it. No need for subtlety. I'm just gonna stick a crowbar in the lid and pry it open.
Okay. Athletics check. You have advantage.
$29.
Yeah. Yeah, you pry that open. Inside, you can see resting on a looks like a cloth of silk, blue cloth. You can see a bronze blade, about 3 feet in length. The base of the blade, where it attaches to the hilt, there's not much of a cross guard. It looks to be rather old in terms of its style. But both its where the blade attaches to the hilt and the pommel are designed like a sun.
All right. I will take the blade. Is it a short sword, long sword?
Longsword.
All right. I'll take the blade and wander around town until someone calls the party back together, I guess.
All right. What are the rest of you guys doing while you're here?
Are all the dead of the village in evidence?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't think anyone escaped, or if anybody did, it wasn't that many people.
By the looks of it, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if most of the structure's intact, we could figure that out real quick.
Yeah.
You don't have spare bedrooms back in this day. You had enough beds for people.
I don't know about that. There might be some people like sharing beds or sleeping on the floor.
Yeah, but the sleeping spot would be obvious. If somebody was
suppose.
sleeping on the floor, you'd still have a somewhat of a bed set up.
Yeah, there's usually some kind of pallet.
Yeah. There's some indication that there was a person sleeping there. So you could go to each house and count and then see how many dead there are, and that'd give you a rough idea how many survivors that didn't get killed or, no evidence of their body. So either survival or captured.
Is there a question in here?
Well, I mean, you answered it.
Okay.
He was asking if it appeared that most everybody was accounted for, and then I said, yeah, we could probably figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess the question is if we spend the hour figuring it out, is most everybody accounted for?
Yes.
Well,
So
there
no
you go.
survivors.
There are maybe 3 based on the bed count.
Well, yeah, I guess just looting then.
Not looting, it's salvaging.
Requisitioning retired equipment from dead people.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you guys find a grand total as you loot the town 700 copper, 543 silver, and 98 gold pieces. There is little else of value left in this town, unless, of course, you're trying to like acquire cast iron frying pans and
Sinclair breaks out the
knives.
crowbar and wrenches.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the cast iron frying pans are valuable.
Yeah, do
You
we?
throw them on the wagon.
There's no reason to take those.
They have value in trade. Just fill a crate full of trade goods.
My God, you have no respect for the dead.
They're dead. They don't fucking need it.
If they want to keep it, they're free to tell us.
Exactly.
Yeah, see, Ruffles, people like you are the reason why the Star Wars game I'm working on does not have tracked currency and has an extremely unforgiving inventory system.
Oh, don't worry. I'll find a way.
Alrighty. So what are you guys doing?
I guess we're moving on to our ultimate destination.
All right. You guys heading down hill to the battlefield and continuing on from there? Or are you guys going to cut right through the woods?
What are we feeling?
How much shorter is cutting through the woods?
Not much.
Yeah, let's go
It's
around.
woods.
Yeah, but it would be annoying to
The road,
navigate.
if
Yeah.
yeah.
So we'll take the road.
If it doesn't shave off enough time to make it worth the journey, then yeah, we'll just stay on the road.
All right. You guys go down past the battlefield. You can see carrion birds and insects and rodents have already
What do they
begun.
What do they have?
What?
Bits of dead
Birds. Where are they
Carrion
carrying?
birds.
people.
What they packing? Is it a clock?
What do you mean I can't take this rotting corpse on the plane? I thought I was allowed one carrion item.
You can see the crows looking at you. Each one of them packing some serious heat. They
Oh
give you
shit,
the
they have
side
guns.
eye as you walk by. Do you maintain
Yeah,
eye
they're
contact,
carrying.
or do you stare at your shoes and keep walking?
Stare at my shoes? You mean look down and grovel? No. Keep your head
I'll
held high and you walk chest out.
get my head forward, but I'm keeping a hand out of my hip just in case.
I'll keep my hand in my bow the whole time. And just
I
kind of
put
do
on
the
my
whole
black bandana to signal allegiance.
edge fast past them, facing them the
I
entire
just
time.
haven't been paying attention to the ravens whatsoever.
All right. So those of you who make eye contact with the ravens, I need a wisdom save from you.
Wisdom save.
Maybe this will work. Nope.
All right. So Sinclair, you make eye contact with the ravens, and nothing bad happens to you. The ravens go back to picking at the body of one of the dead soldiers.
I'm the only one that made eye contact?
With
With a
what?
bird? Yeah, I guess.
Ninja's from the street. She knows the rules. If someone's
Eye
carrying, I
contact
didn't
with
see
what?
nothing, but I'm keeping my thing on me.
Ravens.
Well, I said I maintained eye
You're from
contact
the
the
woods?
entire time we were passing them to the point where I was walking backwards.
Yeah, Dern wouldn't make eye contact, but he wouldn't avoid their gaze either. If they looked at him, he'd be like, got beef?
Can't have shit in Baltimore.
Dern is like, you got beef? You got something to say? I follow the
All right.
Lord Bard. We can go at
They're
any
not
moment.
towards the birds.
So you guys have made it past the birds. And
By them birds, I'd consider themselves lucky.
And pass through the battlefield. Making it along the other side, you can now see that there are some bloodstains from looks like the dwarven side, but there are no dwarvish bodies.
I touched one of the bloodstains. How did he die? Yeah, somebody got it. Okay.
You know what?
Ring reference.
I'll take
He got roll catched.
I'll take a medicine or a survival check.
Oh damn, I'm no good at medicine.
Or a survival.
I'm no good at survival for the same reason.
Fuck,
I can help.
I'll take an investigation
both
or an
wins.
insight. I don't care. Give me something.
I can touch the blood stain. Oh, you got it.
Yep.
Beautiful creatures. Look at the muscles on that thing. He's so fluffy.
And he'd probably rip your face off.
Actually, my face is more likely to get ripped off by a bear or a mountain lion than a wolf.
Maybe after you died.
Yeah, the wolf will totally eat my body afterwards, but like, the wolf is less likely to start shit with me than the bear or the mountain lion. So, this dwarf looks like they probably took a blow to a major artery and bled out.
Mm.
You see a red outline of him falling and dying, touching your side.
Anyway.
Yeah, you guys carry on.
Carry on indeed.
So you guys keep traveling. Eventually, you've gotten maybe 15 more miles out, and night is rapidly approaching. You guys gonna keep pushing? You're gonna camp here?
We should camp.
Yeah, we can make camp.
Maybe somewhere off the road, or
Yeah, look for a clearing.
yeah. Will all be in the forest at this point?
Yes, actually. About 3 miles back, you would have entered. The road would enter a wooded area.
Yeah, we should find a clearing then.
Yeah. Take a minute to look for a clearing, and then convert the wagons into the sleepers.
All right, give me a survival check.
Anybody else want to look for a clearing?
Nah.
Do we have wisdom in the party at all?
Sure, I'm very wise.
I have some.
I'm only wise in the ways
What?
of science.
I think Faradul has the best.
I think Dern has the best because I dumped int and he dumped. No, I dumped wisdom and he
I
dumped.
think a farmer would know a thing or two about survival.
Yeah, maybe. I got a plus.
And I can do survival, but it's not my best.
I mean, I can help. I'm proficient.
I mean, I can survive, just not on my own.
Wisdom.
I can survive if I have a party.
Yeah.
I can't survive on my own. If I leave Dern, I would be lost.
So am I gonna
We
make?
need a pair of t-shirts.
So I'm helping Fairduel then?
Sounds like
Yeah,
a plan.
probably.
The farmer knows a thing or two because he's seen a thing or two.
He's read the almanac.
No, not the almanac.
The almanac.
Oh,
The nuts.
that's good.
Oh.
So, actually, yeah, you guys are just about ready to give up looking for a clearing. When you do spot, as you just kind of wandered up the side of a small kind of hill in the woods here, you do actually find a rather nice clearing. Mostly just filled with tall grasses. Area itself is maybe 50 feet across.
Yeah, this'll do. We can make camp here.
All right.
You guys set in watch order?
Sure.
I suppose it would be a good idea.
Anyone have a problem with this order?
I It has no issue.
Works for me.
Mm.
All right, Faradul and Sinclair. Your watches go by uneventfully.
Excellent.
Cern and Dern, your watches go by uneventfully. In the wee hours of the morning, before sunrise, though, pork chop, your watch is interrupted by the sounds of, I can best describe as like a screaming banshee or a lioness on the hunt, uh, coming from the woods to the northeast.
I forget. Do we have tiny hut in this party?
I don't believe you do.
Think we have any mages?
Well, I can take tiny hut. I haven't picked the additional spell I get at this level yet. The one thing is I'm not a ritual caster, so I'll have to spend a spell slot for it.
I mean, it's up to you. I think we'll be fine without it.
All right, I'll take something else then.
But yeah, you can hear the sounds, this like wailing banshee shriek repeatedly off in that direction. And it is abruptly ends when you can see through the trees a flash of firelight, and a few moments later, a thunderous clap. Birds in the trees are now scattering into the sky. Like this, we're talking the volume of a actual lightning strike, like right overhead.
Well, a lightning strike right overhead would be on top of me.
Right, I'm describing the volume.
Okay.
So you know how loud thunder is when it happens right overhead?
Very loud.
Yeah, it's like that. But you can see that it was at a clear distance.
Strange. Must have been really loud over there. Well, I keep waiting and watching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I do have dark vision if it matters.
Oh, okay. What's your passive?
Only 13.
All right. Yeah, you watch in that direction for the remainder of your watch as the sun eventually begins to crest the horizon. You see and hear nothing more during your watch.
Okay.
But you guys have completed a long rest.
All right. So, you know, I think we're all in agreement. We need to give pork chop less beans with dinner.
Yeah. No beans for you.
All right, more rice. Or more rice, more toast, depending on what we're using for our carb with the beans.
There's a huge explosion. You all thought it was beans.
What do you mean thought? We know it is. When have we ever been wrong?
Of course.
But I do suppose we should actually go check out what exploded in the night.
Nah, we can ignore it. Just keep going.
He's got a point.
I mean, none of us exploded except for pork chop, so I mean, we're good.
Same with the fucking time island. Gilbert's like, you're not gonna mess with it.
Hey, Durin, does your flying mount like fight at all?
It is it is capable of fighting. I usually use it as a mount rather than fight with it.
Well, does it take an action?
Double checking. Find greater steed.
I'm asking because if your mount can fly, would you also like it to be able to breathe fire?
No, that won't be necessary.
No. Okay.
Thanks, though. And no, I don't. It doesn't really get its own separate action.
Oh, it doesn't? Okay.
No, because it's basically just the normal mounted combatant rules, and I didn't take the feat.
Oh, apparently I don't have protection from evil and good on this character. I'm definitely taking that. There we go. Honestly, I can't believe I have the ability to take Fireball and I'm not taking it.
Because you're cool and you take cool stuff instead of just basic bitch fireball.
Correct.
I mean,
Also, I am a fighter. If I need to deal damage, I can just use my weapons to do that.
I
It
mean,
can fly though.
You want to write some haste? I can cast haste.
I mean, really, if you're a fighter, then the probably one of the better spells to take is Mirror Image.
Is that a wizard spell?
It is a
Yes.
wizard spell. It's a first level wizard
Oh,
spell.
yeah. It's a second level wizard spell.
You're right.
I think I do get to replace something. Let me see if there's something I'm not using much that I might want to swap out for that. There's really not a lot of good stuff to use my first level spell slot on. I mean, I could take Tasha's, but nah.
Oh, but Gilbert loves it when you take Tasha's into a fight. Well, the other reason why Mirror Image is good is because it's not concentration, so even if you do get hit, you don't lose it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be hungry for my second level spot. Especially because I'm already using one every day to cast Dark Vision on myself, so I only have two.
I see. I mean, you can always take Shield.
I have high enough AC, I don't find myself using Shield a lot.
Yeah, but it's even funnier when you throw Shield up when you have a 22 AC.
Well, I'm also, like, I'm tanky enough that I don't want to have a crazy high AC. Because, like, if enemies find that they're not having success hitting me, they're just going to hit my squishier party members.
The 3 barbarians?
Oh yeah, that's
And
right.
Paladin.
2 paladins
We don't really have any casters anymore.
and the rogue. That's actually hard to hit.
Oh my god, as a fighter, as a
we
pure
have a
fighter, I
front
might
line.
be the
I'm not a
squishy
front
party
line.
member.
I'm not a front. I'm the squishiest technically.
Technically, but you're a dodge tank.
Yeah.
Do you have a use for your reaction currently?
Use for my an every turn use for my reaction.
Yeah. Because one thing you could take is if you can take it from any list, it's Hellish Rebuke.
Oh yeah.
I
It's
can't.
from
I
Wizard.
can only take wizard.
Ah, okay. If you want to be extra special, take Silvery Barbs if we're using that.
No, this is not my bard character. This is an Eldritch Knight.
Gotcha. Okay.
But he wants to sing.
Actually, we have 2 paladins. I probably don't need to remove curse.
No,
Probably not.
Paladins can handle that. I'm not a full paladin. I'm a half.
You're
Oh,
half
yeah.
paladin and half useless, right?
Yeah, I'm a warlock. Well, I only took 4
Half
levels
paladin,
of
half
warlock.
useless. I love that.
I only took it to give me Etheridge Blast, and then the Pact of the Blade.
Maybe I'll keep shield after all.
But if Cern happens to die, then I'll bring in. I think I'm gonna go caster. I think I'm gonna play a caster. Maybe.
So if you're worried about your AC being too high, you can always take Absorb Elements instead.
That's true.
That's a good one to take.
Yeah, actually, maybe I'll take Absorb Elements instead of shield. That'll at least use my. Well, they both use my reaction. But
Well, yeah, but one does.
one of them is
Good
broadly
against
a little
AoE
more useful.
damage, and the other one's good against focus damage.
It's Absorb Elements is good against focus damage too.
Yeah, true. If it's range or something.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take that instead. I've got a 19. That's enough.
Yeah.
Let's see. I got
And then-
Dark Vision, Magic Weapon, very important because I'm using weapons that don't allow me to have a magic weapon. Mirror Image, Misty Step, Dispel Magic, Fly, and Tongues for flavor.
I think everybody can cast. Pretty much all of us can cast some sort of fly.
I was gonna say, yeah, because I can cast. What were your third levels? Fly.
Fly, Tongues, Dispel Magic.
Okay. Is spell magic on Bard list?
Yes.
Yes.
I would imagine it
Dispel
is. I'm
is-
dumb.
Detect
That's not
magic?
everybody's list. Never mind. Shut up. Ignore me. Ignore me.
Our spellcasters are currently paladins, and an Eldritch Knight is the Does the bard get detect magic? Because we could use that.
I have detect magic. Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I would.
I just don't have identify.
I have
Yeah.
detect magic as a ritual.
Yeah, well, I'm not a ritual caster, so I'm mostly.
Well, you
haven't
can write
taken
the
stuff like
scrolls
that.
though, and I can cast them.
Yes.
Yeah, I got 12 of them. Oh yeah, Gilbert. How many days was that of travel from the city to here? The village, at least.
Eight days.
8 days. Okay. Let's see. Where is Burger? So if you wanted, you could write 2 second level scrolls and 2 firsts, or just 8 firsts, or 1 first and 5, or yeah, 5 firsts and 1 second.
In how much time?
8 days.
Do we have the materials for that?
Yes.
Okay. What do we want?
Whatever you want. You're the one writing them, so I figured it'd be more fair to
Let
let
me
you
check my
pick.
inventory. I think I already made a bunch of identifies.
You gave me a bunch of them.
Oh yeah, you have them.
I have 12 identify scrolls.
Where the hell is my inventory page? Okay, there it is.
Hence why I was so casual with the distribution of Longstrider. Because basically all I do is rate Longstrider skills.
Hmm. Does everybody in the party have magic weapons?
Yes.
So it's not normally magical, but I can make it magical just as a paladin feature.
Okay, it's really just me who needs to worry about that.
Yeah, and me, but I'm
I
not
have
terribly concerned about it.
All right.
I have a magical weapon.
Yeah, so
How many firsts can I make?
up to 8, because it's 1 day per. Second levels are 3 days per. And then we didn't have enough time to do any third levels, so that requires a full work week, which is 10 days in Gilbert's world.
Makes sense. I'll get back to you.
All right. Yep. No worries. Because I will need to know how many seconds you decide to make, because that costs a lot more. But it's fine if you want to. Go ahead and make them. I have plenty of spell scribing components.
While we're on the topic of casters, do we have someone with detect magic or some way to see if the sword I picked up is magic?
Oh yeah, I can pop an identify on it, or I can pop detect magic, and see if it's magical, and then identify it if it is.
Are these
Or
both
pork
going to
chop.
be scrolls, or do you actually know identify?
I know detect magic. Pork chop knows identify, so I'll pop detect magic, see if it's magical. Gilbert.
It is.
Okay, and then pork chop can cast identify. Save the scroll. Pete, did you step away? Pete stepped away. We'll circle back to that.
And worst case scenario, I can always attune to it and then unattune to it if someone else wants it.
Yeah. I mean, and also one of the reasons that having Pete write the scrolls for identify is being able to cast them. Like, we don't have any other way of casting identify, so that's why the scrolls exist. All right, so I'm a little all over the place right now, brain wise. Are we investigating the explosion, or have we investigated the explosion?
I was saying we should.
We should. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
All right, so I think we're.
Stern, what weapon do you have?
Who, me?
Yeah, what
My
is your
magic
main
stick.
melee weapon?
My magic stick. Oh, my main melee weapon is a sword. I can
Kind of
switch
sword.
though, so a longsword?
Magical?
I'm an Etheridge Knight, yes.
Okay.
You're
Do you
also an
want?
Eldritch Knight? I thought you were a warlock and a paladin.
No, I mean a warlock. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, I'm a warlock packed to the blade. So my
I mean,
weapon is already a magic.
would it work on an uncommon sword that requires attunement?
I don't know. I already have a stick though that does that. My staff of the four winds that I'm attuned to. I just don't use it to attack with.
Yeah.
What's the question?
Have you looked at chat? Let's circle back to have you looked at chat?
Longsword uncommon requires attunement. The blade is a magic blade for the hand. Ooh. 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 I'll take that.
Ooh, tell you what, over the past 8 days, I'm going to have made 8 Misty Steps.
I will take that.
There you go.
Which I will. I don't need them because
nobody
I can
else
already
wants
cast it.
If nobody else wants it, I will definitely take that sword. My sword is.
I was gonna say it'd be a coin toss between you and Dern, because you're the
No,
two that are
I
most
use pole
use
arms.
out of- Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah, Dern's built for pole arms, so that answers that question.
So yeah, I have that sword, and it will work with my Etheridge ability, won't it?
What are you talking about?
The Warlock's ability, the fucking hex warrior. I'm able to take a sword and change it into my weapon, and you know, summon it and
Pact of the
shit.
Blade, you mean?
Yeah,
Pact
that
weapon?
yes, pact weapon. That can become my pact weapon, right?
Pete,
Mm.
you can Misty Step is second level,
Yes,
Oh,
Mister.
right.
You can make
Yeah.
anything a pact
so
weapon.
2,
Yeah,
and then
so
you can make
2.
2 first.
Okay, thank you.
And then no, I'll put those towards another Misty Step. It seems
Okay.
like the most useful thing. Well, anyway, 2 scrolls of Misty Step are up for grabs for those who can cast magic scrolls.
Well, technically we all can. Some of us are just better at it.
Yeah, you don't want me trying to do that.
Yeah, wait, I've already wasted a couple of long striders on the paladins. I mean, I just do it for the entertainment factor of the spell failure being fun.
Well, whoever can use them in a pinch should have them.
I can't actually cast them.
Can anyone cast them? Besides
Well,
me?
no, they're not on my list. I have to do the calculation to figure out what there are. Not on your list, and add a spell level you can normally cast. 12 plus the spell level, so the DC would be 14. So yeah, I could cast those because my Arcana's 10.
Well,
So I have a
fairly reliably.
yeah, I have a 20% failure rate. So I mean, I'll take them.
I didn't realize they would be hard for other people to use. I forget it worked like that.
Yeah, if it's not on their list, they can't. Yeah, it's +2. If it's on their list, or no, what is it? If it's on their list and they can cast it, it just happens. If it's on their list but at a level higher than they can cast, it's 10 plus spell level for the DC. And if it's not on their list at a level they can cast, so like Misty Step for me, I can cast second level spells. It's spell level plus 12, and then if it's negative on both accounts, I think it's 15 or 14 under, right?
I'd have to double check. I don't have it open.
Yeah. It's 10, 12, and then I don't remember what the last one is because it almost never comes up.
So I, which in theory have a non-zero chance of casting Cloud Kill off a scroll.
I mean,
Interesting.
you could roll a 20 on anything.
It doesn't work for spell or for ability checks.
I love this Oblivion.
Well, no. I don't mean critical success. I mean you can roll a 20, and even if you have a -2 to your Arcana, it's still 18, which is pretty good.
That's a third level spell for a non-caster.
But anyway, so yeah, I'll take those, Pete. If you don't want to, I mean, hang on to them to keep the spell slots.
Yeah, maybe
That's
I'll just
why
keep
I
them.
have so many scrolls.
Yeah, I'll try to make something else that people can use.
All right. What do you have for first levels?
Give me a second.
Spell scroll logistics.
I could. Are people able to cast? Where is it? Protection from evil and good. That's a paladin spell, right?
Pretty sure it is.
Yeah, there you go. I'll make 2 of those. We'll give them to the paladins.
All right.
Okay.
There we go. Anyway, that's all my scroll making.
So Cern's got the sword. And then Pete, I'll just take one of the missteps. You can hang on to the other one and save a spell slot.
Okay.
So 2 first and 2 second. So that's 7, 55, 35. Okay. So yeah, Pete, I have enough spell scribing components to make 135 first level spells.
I don't think we need that many.
Yeah, exactly. But a second level spell costs 10 times as much.
Right.
Yeah, so every second level spell is 250 gold pieces. So that's 10 off my list. So, I mean, yeah, I've made I have 18 cure wounds, 13 disguise self, 7 fog clouds, 16 long striders, 12 identify from you. Well, plus the ones that I bought. 6 invisibility, 5 enhance ability, 1 misty step from you, and 7 silence.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll make some dark visions. We might need those.
Oh yeah, those would be handy for. Do we have any non-dark visions in the party?
I think it's just
Fair
me.
duel.
I do not have dark vision.
Oh yeah, I'll make some dark visions for them then. Later.
Because that's second level, so let's see. Fair duel. How hard will it be for you to cast that? What's your Arcana?
Oh well,
0.
forget it. I'll just cast it on you then.
But yeah,
I have the rune to give people advantage on Arcana checks.
Ooh.
oh yeah, that's true.
I don't have that.
Well,
That
anyway,
would be
then
good for me to have for third level spells.
all the
'Cause those
spell
look-
scribing I can do for the time being.
Too bad y'all can't cast haste, because I can cast haste.
Well, that's what I was going to suggest. Porkchop take haste if he could,
I could.
because that would be a good one to have
That-
stacks of scrolls for. Because I don't actually have a use for my con slot most of the time.
I have haste, so I'll usually just cast haste and beat shit people to death with it.
No, we have one
Holy
person
damage.
casting haste.
Oh wait, are you proficient in Arcana?
No, I am not, but I know the spell haste.
Ah, okay. Well then, yeah, you can't write scrolls.
No, I
Is
don't
the
know.
paladin spell?
No,
It
he's
is-
The
mixed.
warlock.
He's
It
mixed
is on-
warlock.
No, this is under Path of Glory, Paladin. It's not a warlock spell.
It's a subclass spell.
Paladin. It's a subclass paladin.
Okay.
It's one of my always prepared spells. Is haste.
Yeah, well, we can leave the haste casting to you. Though, unfortunately, actually, no, we have another paladin who can bless all of us.
Yeah.
Bless is so good. Anyway, I think after our rest is completed, we move on.
Go ahead and check out the explosion.
Oh, right, the explosion. Yeah. We should go.
The what?
The explosion.
The anomalous fart during the fourth watch.
I have to prove it wasn't me.
Naturally.
If we don't find a dog there, I'm going to be so mad.
Pseudo dad joke. Great.
Is that a regional variant of pseudo wudo? Pseudo dado?
But yeah, I think we head over that way and see what's there.
All right, yeah, you guys head over. It's about a mile that you travel into the woods. Kind of sort of along the trail to the northeast. And when you get here, looks like a large fire has occurred.
Well, maybe it
The
actually was
ground's
lightning.
blasted and burned. Several trees are split, and you can see bodies lying all over. Arrows have struck a couple of trees. It looks like there was some kind of fight here.
Like, fart was that powerful.
Ah, I know. A wizard did it.
Well, it does look like a rather large fireball exploded, like right in the middle of the camp. And it looks like the remains of a cart. 2 carts, actually.
Is it a human camp or a dwarf camp?
As you look at the bodies, dwarf. You can see a mixture of these like gray-skinned dwarves, several iron bodies, and a number of dwarves with an almost like red clay-colored skin.
Are they all dead?
They are all dead.
Well, I guess you guys want to go through their pockets.
Naturally.
Naturally.
And there's 2 wagons, so some of the stuff on there might have survived the explosion.
Oh no, there's nothing surviving the wagons. Those are like obliterated. I'm saying you can see the remains of a wagon. Like you can tell there was previously a wagon.
There's nothing salvageable from the wagons?
Correct.
What kind of Oregon Trail shit is this?
Well, you go poking through, and frankly, most goods, if they're that you can see here, have been burned and destroyed. It looks like a lot of these dwarves were killed by arrows or very precisely laid blows from swords or axes. The closest thing to intact loot you can find are on the bodies of some of these iron dwarves, which, as you kind of look over their bodies, there's no person inside. These are solid metal, like dwarves made of iron.
I mean, golems aren't an unheard of thing.
Must be some kind of steel defender.
But those can't exist in this world.
And yet they do.
Yeah, there's looks to be about a dozen of these dead iron dwarves.
They exist, we just aren't allowed to use them.
Although the DM's allowed to play Artificer.
Yeah.
Fuck you, that's why.
The DM's allowed to play an army of artificers.
That's not an artificer, that's an army fisser. Do these, what were they, iron dwarves resemble golems at all?
In a way, kind of. The articulation and design on them is much, much better.
How do they compare to the iron gnomes?
These iron dwarves are the size of a dwarf, not like those, large-sized iron gnomes.
Of like a giant gnome that's more than twice the size of a gnome.
Isn't that just a dwarf?
No, I said more than twice the size.
Yeah, aren't gnomes like a foot and a half tall?
What are they tiny in this world?
No, they still kind of small, but yeah, we've made our gnomes garden gnomes. Darn and Stern are like 2 feet tall.
Okay.
3 with the hat.
Yes,
I think Dern is like 3'6".
the gnomish Pickelhaub.
Gnomes are 40% hat by volume.
We are.
That's where all their vital
If
organs are.
if you were to remove my hat, I'd only be 1'7".
But that's like removing a bee's stinger. It'll die if you do that.
The gnome lore grows.
Okay, so we find some steel defenders. I'll definitely include that in my report about the technology of the dwarves.
As you guys are poking through, and I would assume this is mostly Sinclair who's picking people's pockets. Sinclair, you do find that there is a dwarf, one of the ones with like this ruddy, almost red clay skin, is still ever so faintly alive.
Cure wounds.
All right, you cast Cure Wounds on him. He sucks in air.
8.
Oh, comrades, where am I? Oh, you're not one of the dwarves.
Sinclair kind of looks around. Yeah, there are no more dwarves. Just a bunch of dead people.
Finish it in.
Huh? I ain't here to kill you.
Human scum.
We're not with the enemy.
Respectfully, Sinclair is a half elf. I think Fairduel is the only human here.
No,
Knife ear scum.
Hey, now they may be big, but they're not scum.
Makes you feel any better.
Gnomish scum.
Where I'm from, I'm an outcast too.
Dirty spearhead.
Dirty spearhead. Dirty spearhead. No, I like that one.
So, what happened?
I'm not telling you anything.
Okay, time to the wagon wheel. Let's go on. He wants to be difficult. We can be difficult.
I see no reason to resort to that. Whatever information we get out of him won't be very good.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't look like a guy that knows a whole lot.
Well, no, I mean, torture doesn't work.
No, I was playing along with you. Egging him on by, the classic blunder of saying somebody doesn't know anything and they'll immediately want to tell you because they have to prove they know stuff.
Well, there is also that, though I would like to get his account of the battle.
Explaining your interrogation techniques to me won't work. Knife here.
This isn't an interrogation. I'm trying to get a statement of you for a war dispatch.
He works for the press.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not interrogating you. We're figuring out the best way to kill you.
No, we're not doing that.
Look,
Why
if
not?
you'd like, I have fewer moral quandaries about putting you back in the grave than some of the members here.
Aye, you best do it then, cat.
Oh, he likes you. He didn't call you scum.
He didn't insult you, yeah.
You're his best friend now.
Is he flirting with me?
Well, I guess if you're gonna be stubborn like that, I'm gonna go over here.
That's
And then,
right. Run away, knife
I'm not
here.
running away. As I'm walking away, I start casting a spell and I touch Mittens and keep on walking. Enhance ability, charisma.
What's there to be charismatic about? I was being
Apparently,
serious.
you're the only one he's
If-
going to talk to, so better to have you have the persuasion and deception buffs.
So really, you're hoping for Mittens to pull this on him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
If you need advantage on deception tech, I got room for that.
Well, I enhanced all of his charisma. So,
Oh, that gives it advantage.
yeah, it's all ability checks that use charisma.
Oh, okay.
So, be deception, intimidation, performance, persuasion.
You guys are planning on Mittens doing a lot more peopling than Mittens is planning on doing. Mittens' plan is just ask his last words, because she's not evil. But then just kill him, because he apparently doesn't want to help us, or accept our assistance.
I won't tell you anything.
Well, we could always help you. Clearly, somebody attacked you. Would you like to see them dead?
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
He could be very.
Sinclair used to be a therapist.
The dwarf sits there for a long moment. I do like the sound of vengeance.
Because I'll explain something. We're not from around here, and we really could care less about your regional squabble. We're mercenaries. And yes, we're en route to do some work, but we gotta go through this area anyway, so it would be beneficial to both of us. One, you get to stay alive. And two, we get to stay alive. I really couldn't think of it too.
Who is we get money?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not expecting payment from this guy.
Doesn't have to be him, it can be his friends.
Yeah, that's true. So, despite our differences and your obvious racism, why don't we work together for a little bit? and maybe we both can come out ahead.
Perhaps. Speak your piece, Napier. What do you propose?
Well, we figure out who attacked you and which direction they went, and then we go find them and have a nice little chat that likely ends in their death. And then, if you're satisfied with that result, you could help us find this lake.
I didn't hear you mention money.
Well, whoever killed them obviously has all of their stuff. So when we kill them, we get all of it and all of it.
Yeah, but you gotta make sure we have looting rights in the contract.
Hey.
Don't you me? This is our paycheck.
Mittens, how long have you been with the party? Did you do the
Long
Tomb of
enough.
Annihilations with Mittens?
Question mark. I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it was Mittens that was Tomb of Annihilation. Because you would know we're fucking stacked.
Yeah, but how do you stay rich? Get more money.
And out of character, Mittens, you would know Sinclair would happily double cross this guy if it profited.
Technically, the best way to get rich is to have other people give you their money for no reason at all.
Yes, that too.
But if we're essentially a mercenary company offering charity, that looks dodgy as hell. If we're at least asking for money, he's going to be less
We're not
suspicious of us.
asking for money, we're asking for him being a guide.
Mm.
He knows the region. What better to have as a guide than a local?
Fine, I still want money though.
I like the sound of this. We were attacked by the honored guard of the petty queen of Crossburn.
Which race
Her
is that?
human scum. Yes, we were attacked by her shield maidens. The dire banshees. Mystical warrior scum.
Couldn't have picked a more unique name.
I mean, they're humans. They're typically unimaginative.
I guess, but
Brown nosing won't work with me.
I wasn't brown nosing. I was stating the obvious.
You half human scum.
I mean, in all arguments, half elf does not specify that I'm half human. I could be half gnome. I do speak gnomish.
Half gnomish scum.
am I the only one who hasn't called scum yet?
Yes. I'm pretty sure there are no cats around here.
That's why you're his best friend.
That's why I wasted a second level spell slot on you.
If you kill the petty queen and her shield maidens, then I shall lead you to this lake that you seek.
And we keep the loot. Excellent. Sinclair sticks his hand out.
Sorry, what do you do?
I said Sinclair says, "And we keep the loot." Excellent. And then he sticks his hand out, like he squeezed in, "And we keep the loot" at the end before the handshake.
This dwarf stares at your hand. I'm not touching that diseased appendage.
Well, this diseased appendage is the reason you're breathing. Kind of had to touch you to cast magic on you, buddy.
Disgusting. Half-elf scum.
I need to buy this guy a thesaurus.
The only insult is scum.
Am I gonna have to be the people person with this guy? I hate talking to people.
No, that's all right. Sinclair's a guild member. He's used to dealing with, abrasive people for trading.
It's all right, cat. I hate this scum too.
Oh, well, then we're all on the same page. Everybody hates everybody. Let's go.
I never said I hated the cat. Just you and the human and the gnome.
Hey, I'm not a big fan of you either, partner. Watch how you disrespect the gnomes there.
But have you heard of our Lord and Savior, Lorbard?
Oh boy.
I've heard of your stupid cult.
Ah, but have you heard about, the bits where he did X, Y, and Z? As I just started going into like a full-on sermon about, the greatness of the Lorbard. Pulling out like pamphlets that have been translated into common.
The dwarf starts laughing uproariously. He begins laughing so hard that the wound patched up by that cure wounds begins to seep slightly.
Yeah, Mids is entirely checked out of this conversation by now.
I will wait here. Go. Fulfill your side of the bargain.
Well,
I'm still
easier if
lecturing
we-
about Lorbard.
it'd be easier if we knew where we were going. Why don't you come with?
No. You can find this petty queen's camp a few miles to the north. The cowards are fortifying since we slaughtered one of their armies in open battle.
I just realized. Out of
What?
character. I don't remember what race the village was.
Human.
Human? Okay. All right. Well, if you're gonna hang out here, we'll head north. See you later.
Wait, elven scum, before you go. Take this rune. He holds out a carved stone disc, about 4 inches in diameter. With a dwarven pictogram on it.
Okay.
Add Hero's Rune 4 to your inventory.
So, something like this.
I don't know what that is.
It's a Mongol tablet for being a representative of the Khan. It's a free pass.
Yeah, no, I'm familiar with what you're describing. I just didn't recognize that particular image of it.
Yeah, it's a rough illustration of one that I just found real quick.
This would be disc shaped, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's the vibe.
Basically, yeah, it's a pass token. Got it.
And I leave him with a copy of the Lorebard pamphlets.
He makes a long drawn out sigh.
Yeah, I get that reaction a lot. And then I walk away with the party.
He's got more. I've been trying to use them as kindling for days, and they still just keep showing up.
Try using the gnome as kindling.
Thought has crossed my mind. Sinclair turns and joins the party.
It's more useful as a meat shield.
Indeed. All right. Yep. We load up and head north, and we'll go talk to the humans. All right. I don't plan on killing them.
That's Dern. That's what Dern is doing. Is he's walking past this guy or
CERN?
Yeah, CERN.
Yeah,
Dern's
I'll see you
proselytizing
next
to him.
time, gnomish scum.
Dern's trying to be intimidating. Dern is preaching.
Dern's not trying to be intimidating. He's telling him that he's going to kill him when he comes back through here. This is not up for debate. He has done two things that CERN finds very offensive. He has insulted the Lorebard and he has insulted Dern. Those two things are punishable by death. So
All right, but you guys start
Dern lives to
heading
get back
north.
through here. He's killing this guy.
CERN, behead those who insult Lorebard Kneecappa.
Right.
We have a gnomish extremist here.
I told you he's part of the Gnome Liberation
A
Army.
Lorebardian fundamentalist.
You thought I was kidding. My name is Jeb Burris of the South Carolina Band.
Yes.
As the party's making their way away, Sinclair would, go back to the cart, rummage through, pull out a bottle, then hop off the cart and run back to him, hand it to him. Here, this will get you through the night at least. And then turns and runs away. It's a bottle of dwarvish wine.
As you start darting off, you hear him shout, "Who the fuck makes dwarvish wine? Beer!"
It's counterfeit dwarvish wine.
It's actually
it's beer in a wine bottle.
I mean, that's how dwarves would do it, though.
Exactly. That's the joke. It's not actually wine.
Dwarven brown wine.
I'm as sober as the day I was born.
I mean, if you think about it, wine made from grain would just be like grain alcohol.
Mm-hmm. Why is it brown? It was an ugly goat.
I guess he doesn't like plump helmets.
Yeah, I was gonna say mushrooms would be a wine.
All right.
Like the fermenting process. Anyway, yeah. We go north. Let's go proselytize. I mean, socialize with the humans.
If I had a nickel for every game where mushroom wine was a significant commodity, I'd have 3 nickels.
It's really strange that I have 3 nickels.
Can you even make mushroom wine? Can you
Yes.
make alcohol
Yes.
out of mushrooms?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Is it good?
I do.
Well, do you like mushrooms?
I do.
Then you might like it.
But I hate like alcohol.
Well,
Maybe you'd like this.
it'd be an earthy alcohol. Actually, now I kind of gotta look up what the hell mushroom wine would taste like.
I have no fucking clue what it tastes like. Although I'm looking at a picture of it, and it is remarkably brown. I wasn't wrong.
You know, I feel like that's something I'd need to acquire a taste for just for the purposes of being contrary. Like, I don't drink unless it's mushroom wine.
You become the one friend who
Entirely to
doesn't drink
fuck with
unless it's
people.
like some really weird shit.
Yeah, exactly. Only fermented alcoholic milk products and mushroom wine.
If it's not Arag or mushroom wine, I'm not drinking it.
The one that I found looks like a glass of piss.
I was looking at it. It just comes up on Google Images. I guess it pairs well with chocolate. I mean, it is wine.
Well, if you think about it, Ruffles, that piss is mushroom wine.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's probably an edible.
I was making more a joke, the wine coming out of a,
I know, but I just noticed
Okay.
the chocolate is shaped like a marijuana leaf. Anyway.
Yep.
Would you believe I thought at first it was really fucked up like maple leaf? Like, man, that doesn't look right.
Why do you think the Canadians like pot so much? Very easy to put a pot leaf on a Canadian flag product. We go north. Find the humans.
Not your grandfather's maple leaves. Wait, can you turn like maple syrup into alcohol?
I mean, it's a sugar. I would imagine so. It would probably work better as a secondary ingredient because it's a sugar.
It would probably work well for making rum, is what it would do.
Mm.
I mean, it would be a really inefficient way of making rum, but you could do it. You need a lot of sap to make maple syrup, and you need a lot of sugar to make rum.
All right, so you guys travel north.
Indeed.
It's a nice, peaceful walk through the woods, especially in comparison to that encounter with the dwarf.
I mean, it seems perfectly reasonable to me.
If you made alcohol with maple syrup, it would basically be a mead.
Sounds not too bad. So you're traveling through the woods when I mean, you detect them fairly readily, Sinclair. They're stealthy, but you're pretty perceptive. There are some folks in the woods here. And you hear a voice cry out, "Declare yourself!"
No! You declare yourself!
We are pilgrim and emissaries of the lore bard.
Oh, gods damn it.
We just got rid of the last guy!
Yourself.
We just got rid of the last guy who was here. Go away. We're fighting a war, not listening to proselytizers.
Just ignore them. Who are you?
I'm confused. Am I the only one who declared yourself? Are we supposed to do that still?
Declare yourself. Say yourself really loud. Okay, now what?
I'm Dane Daneson of the Kingdom of Farth. Who are you?
Travelers, we seek audience with your queen.
Is that why we're here?
For now.
Well, it's best to start the religious conversion at the top,
Is it?
usually.
That's how the
I don't
Vikings.
know. I feel like giving our converts a
How the
persecution
Catholics did it.
complex would be really useful.
Say again?
I feel like giving our converts a persecution complex would be really useful. Why should you convert? Well, the man doesn't want you to convert, for one thing.
That's basically what Durin and CERN were doing in Podunku.
You should hear about what they did to this other guy. It was real bad. But of course, I know a little thing like that isn't going to stop you from swearing your allegiance to Lorbard.
You sure you're not proselytizing, Pete?
How do you make it sound more like a cult than the actual cultists do?
How do you make it sound more catchy than Durin and CERN?
Some stealing from real-world religions.
I know. You want to be like real contrarian and stick to the man, guys?
No, I just think we should control how much contact with the outside world our converts have, and teach them to be distrustful of non-adherence.
When did Porkchop convert?
Well, no. If we turn this this burgeoning faith into a group of some kind that has a high degree of control over its members, we could milk them for money really easily.
Don't say money.
Yeah, gnomes don't have money. They just have cobbler.
That will never
But
mind
we
that.
can sell that for money.
I think you'll make more money selling than gnomes. That's called bounty hunting. I hear it's quite profitable.
Or trafficking, either way. Trafficking in gnomes.
Actually, in some regions, it's encouraged because it's hunting an invasive, obnoxious species. All right. So, what were you saying to Dane Daneson?
I simply said we are travelers and we seek audience with his queen.
I would also like to hear any news he has about the war.
Well, other than who you say you are is suspicious and shifty, why should I take you to see the Queen of Crossburn?
Well, as you can see, we have no dwarves in our camp.
And we asked nicely, kind of.
We're simply seeking safe passage and to communicate what knowledge we have and possibly find a guide to maintain our safe passage.
Give me a persuasion check.
I have a sinfully delicious tongue.
Yeah, save that for the ladies.
That's what he's
Oh,
trying to
don't
do.
worry. Wait till I meet the queen.
God, oh,
You didn't see this coming, Gilbert?
oh,
You didn't see this
oh.
guy. As soon as you said queen and her shield maidens, I'm like, oh, I got an angle I can play here.
God damn it.
You done goofed.
Now I know what you're gonna do as far as slaying, you disgusting degenerate.
I said I would take care of the humans.
Oh, dear God.
Sinclair, is this where we tell them that we're planning on swapping out? Like right at the last second, just stick the queen with Mittens.
I mean, you can join.
I'm personally not a furry.
Hey,
Good to
you
see
swing
that.
each way you want to swing. Don't bother me. Just don't force it on me. It ain't religion.
All right. Well, now I know what you're planning. That's something at least.
That's good? Question mark.
Where did I leave off? I was.
You told me to give a persuasion check after I said
Oh yeah.
audience with the queen, and then explain that we were just seeking passage through, or looking for a guide, yada yada yada. Not mostly at all Sinclair's intentions, but you know, most of that.
And while
was
we're here, we
honest.
can spread the word of the lore bard.
I'll take you to
I mean,
see.
yeah.
I'll take you to see our kings and queens, but no proselytizing. We don't want to deal with any more of these Lord worshippers. Do I make myself understood?
Yeah.
Heard? Yes. Understood? It's questionable with these two.
Right. Right. Besides, if she converts, it isn't considered proselytizing.
If you want to tie them to a tree or something, I entirely understand. I think it would be funny personally.
All right. I'll take you to see them. Follow me. And this human begins, and his men begin leading you uh, through the woods as you guys make it out the north side. I assume you guys are following, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
And to a you can see there is a hill fort that's been set up here. You can see tents set up. Looks like there's quite a concentration of warriors here. Banners from all three petty kingdoms. Leads you in through the gatehouse, up the kind of muddy, wood reinforced hillside, up to the keep of this hill fort. Guards part, admitting you in, and you can, now that you're inside of this keep, can see a set of 4 thrones set up, kind of occupying the back half of the space, with 4 rulers, each human, discussing and arguing, more like, their next move. Their honor guards and retainers occupy the spaces around them. You can see food and drink is set up on a table a little bit ahead of you. And
As we're approaching, what are they saying? Before we actually get to the point where they stop talking, Sinclair would be reading all their lips.
They are. One second. So they are concerned about the losses they took with the most recent battle. The war is going better than expected, worse than they would have hoped, though. And one of them mentions that it has been a week since the Clay Man was last here speaking with them.
Is that a racial slur for those red-skinned dwarfs, or are they talking about an actual clay man?
It's probably Loam.
Which, as long as they don't talk to the Iron Men.
Don't make me break out the triangle.
Do you remember Loam?
No, I don't remember Loam.
Loam is the
Sandy Loam?
no, Loam is the clay construct that was one of our first people that we met.
Oh,
Loam's not made out of clay.
he's made out of loam.
Well,
Oh yeah.
he's meat.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's a flesh golem.
If somebody
But
kills
you
him,
named
does that mean
Loam. I always think of
Confusing.
him as a clay golem because you named him Loam.
if somebody kills him, does that mean they took out a loam?
Fuck it, I'm posting the triangle anyway.
Well, remember, if you take out a loam, you'll always have to pay it back with interest.
Yeah, the interest is what really kills you.
Mm-hmm.
I just love this so much.
What, the triangle?
Yes.
It's great.
What is this?
Who is
It's
Sandy
so
Loam?
100% accurate true, but it also just looks like a fucking meme.
It is a meme. Who is Sandy Loam, and why can't I reach her?
Sand? Loamy sand? Sandy
Yes.
loam?
But at the same time, it's also like true.
All I know is if it's wet, I'm gonna stop digging. Anyway,
So yeah. Well, continue approaching.
I like how clay is a large percent clay and also a lot of silt.
yeah,
Mostly indifferent to sand.
And sand is like all sand and nothing else. But silt is also a little bit of stuff. Oh, this is beautiful.
So,
I disagree with silt and silty loam. That silt should just be a triangle right there.
On our way in, how big was this camp? Did I just miss that, or?
Oh, looks like it has about maybe 8 to 10,000 people, like soldiery, along with the baggage train and camp followers.
Oh, that's a lot of XP.
I mean, with the baggage train and camp followers, that's typically what, like 2/3 of an army?
Logistically, depends on how far from home they are.
They aren't.
Then yeah, it would probably be about 50-50.
Few thousand people. They've probably got a handful comparable to us, and a lot more that are a lot less experienced. I'm sure the rank and file knight can put up some kind of fight, but I don't think they're going to be going toe to toe with us for long.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you can see the petty kings and the petty queen all here discussing, all armed and armored. Their honor guards standing nearby. It looks like chainmail is the more common armor here.
All right. Well, I step forward from the party, and as we're getting to the center of the big carpet, the appropriate talking distance for this kind of chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Greetings, fair kings and queens. Sinclair would kind of bow. We come from a land afar, and we're seeking passage to the territory, and well, it's a bit hairy around here. So I was wondering if we could borrow somebody with a good pair of eyes that knows the land, just so we can get through.
Each one of them turns to you. Reaction ranges between who the fuck is this? Why the fuck would you let them in here? And why the fuck would you have them consult us on this?
Unless you have a better use for us in your territory.
They discuss a bit.
What are they saying?
They're mostly just trying to figure out if they have a use for clearly experienced adventurers.
Also bold and cocky attention. You walk up. So, can we borrow a tour guide? We'll be on our way. Peace.
Unless you got work for us?
Exactly.
The petty king of Farth responds, "We don't have gold to pay you, and we don't have much time to waste on you. If you want to help fight, you can help fight. If you can't, I figure you can probably see yourselves to wherever you're going."
Yeah, I don't think our plan ever involved us getting involved in this conflict.
No.
That being said, while we're here, I would like to ask all of the leaders present if they'd like to, give a statement regarding the ongoing conflict.
You want a statement?
Yeah,
He's an archivist.
I'm like a messenger to the public and to various scholarly institutions who like to be informed about what's going on in the world.
Fuck the Mustafi dwarves.
Furiously writing.
I thought I was the one with rage as a class feature.
I would try to, get their to get their own view on why this conflict is happening and why now.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh, I'm no good at that. Do I really need to persuade them to speak their mind?
Oh, do you not think
It's more getting them to spend time on you and not spend time on other stuff.
Well, if they don't think it's important, I'm not going to try to convince them that it is.
Oh, I'll try to convince him that it is.
There you go.
Okay.
You guys should really, really talk with him. He writes good stuff.
Source.
No, Burger. I'm using the guide as a guise to get through conversations, to get conversations started like this. We don't need a fucking guide.
Also, you can sleep with the queen.
Possibly. Working on it.
All right. All right. Yeah, you're convincing enough that they take some time to speak with Porkchop. Porkchop,
Mhm.
we'll ask 4 questions. I will provide you 4 answers.
How specific or vague do these questions have to be? Or will they?
As specific or vague as you want them to be.
Okay.
And that's 1.
Question 1: Why? How to word it? Well, we'll start with a really basic question. Why are you at war with the dwarves?
All right. Each of the 4 provide you a bit of an answer. And it all comes down to believing that the, end times are at hand. Each one of them is attempting to settle varying slights that these dwarves have committed against them, ranging from old blood feuds and internecine war to a case of the dwarves allegedly poisoning farmland from some of their mining.
They don't mention anything about the, or no, they did mention something about the end times.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The Clay Man came and told them of this.
The end is nigh.
It would seem this Clay Man of theirs had arrived some months ago and has rallied them to finally putting an end to their age-old feud with these dwarves.
I'm not saying this out loud, but that's a little disconcerting. I think Loam may have done a little bit of warmongering.
I don't think it's Loam. I was mistaken when he said Clayman. I thought Loam, but yeah, Loam is a flesh golem, so
Okay.
not the same.
Well,
that was just me misremembering because it's been so fucking long since we dealt with Loam, and I know Gilbert loved Loam, so I figured he'd find a way to get him back into it.
Apparently, we have some kind of Clay Judge Holden going around, starting conflicts between random people.
Who's Holden and what are they judging? Or is their name Judge and they're holding something?
Blood Meridian.
What?
Book. Cormac
Memes, the DNA of the soul.
Oh no.
Anyway, let's see, my other 3 questions.
I would say Clayman would be one to ask about. It's come up twice now.
Yeah, I'll ask about the Clayman. Basically, who is he, and why does his opinion hold so much sway?
Yeah, why are they listening to some random Clayman?
Yeah.
He's not a random Clayman, he's our Clayman.
Well, they listened to the Clayman because, well, the Clayman has traveled long and far, and as proof of his claims and of his assistance, he smote an entire dwarvish keep, slaying thousands of iron dwarves.
Wow.
Okay, now I'm gonna double back on the Loam thing. I kind of need to know the Clayman's name.
Yeah, would they have mentioned his name, or is he just the Clayman?
He is just the Clayman.
I'll say, is he actually a man made of clay, or
Champion of the Clay.
Now we only have 2 questions though, so I don't want to waste them on
on Clayman.
trying to figure out if it's Loam or not.
Ah.
It's
Because if
probably
he
not
called
Loam.
himself Loam,
He's not
they
made
might
of
have-
clay. He is made of flesh.
yeah, I know that. But if he called himself Loam, they might refer to him as Clayman.
Well, I feel like that question they would they have told me if he was not actually made of clay?
They do. Yeah, this would be a reasonable addendum to the other info for question 2. They do explain that yes, this clay man is a man made of clay.
Okay, so it's
Okay.
a clay golem.
Yeah.
Like
A
a
clay golem.
golem, but more refined in form, with keen intellect.
Do you have strapping abs?
Only when he wants to. Not chiseled so much as sculpted.
Nice. I'm just thinking this now.
Not clay face. Definitely more refined than that.
So you get a variety of like acknowledgments that yes, this is a finely formed clay golem. Potentially some indicating a greater appreciation for that fineness of form than others.
All right, then I would ask more about the end times and what exactly it is that they believe will occur and how this relates to the ongoing conflict.
All right. Yeah. You gather from them that they believe with the end times upon them, the serpent that the world is built on is going to shed its skin. And as that old world is cast off and they migrate to a new one, they want to ensure that their old blood rivals are not making the transition with them.
Yep. And lastly, I would ask about their how they feel the conflict is going, and how they see themselves and their like whether they're doing well or not, basically.
Sorry, what was that last?
Basically, I'm just asking about whether they expect they'll win, and how they're doing at the moment.
How they see themselves with their eyes in a mirror.
Yeah.
They aims of great confidence and belief in their success, but you can tell that at least 2 of them, the petty queen of Crossburn and the petty king of Lutendor, are a bit less confident in if they can actually fully pull off their war aims. But they all express confidence.
Okay, well, that's my 4 questions.
All right. Do you have any like follow-up questions that would logically be part of those bigger ones?
Just any more information we can get about the Clayman and his whereabouts. I think we should try to find him.
Yeah, suss out his reasoning and origin.
The Clayman had claimed that before he aids them again, he needed to prepare and went off into the woods. And that they should proceed with their war aims and that he would return at the time that he is most needed.
What is that, like a prophecy of the what the hell?
Specifically, when they besiege the main dwarven hold, he will arrive at the 11th hour of the 11th day. Should the siege still be going?
Yeah, look to the east.
Very much like that, yes.
Gandalf the Clay.
Yeah.
Gandalf the Clay.
He then turns into Gandalf the Loam.
Well, his final evolution is Gandalf the Sand.
It's coarse and he gets everywhere.
Yeah. As was written in the Silmarillion.
Oh, good closer, Pete.
Beautiful. What is that image that you posted there, Pete?
Read Berserk.
That's what that image is called. Interesting name for it.
It is a character from Berserk from like after the Golden Age saga, which I will not spoil.
All right. But yeah, those are the questions they answer as you, I would assume, dutifully scribe their responses. So what are you guys doing?
I think we would be on
Presenting
our
you
way.
with Gandalf the Clay.
He's
No,
looking a bit cracked and dried out.
He doesn't moisturize that much. Only get one or two shots. It's hard to do with fucking ChatGPT quick.
I don't know if I'd really call him Gandalf the Clay. Maybe Sandy Loam.
that's Sandy Loam.
Gandalf the Brick.
Looking pretty baked right now. Look at how bloodshot his eyes are.
Yeah. He looked like he was smoking brick, I'll tell you that. Smoking straight dirt. Just fucking inhaling stems and seeds.
Yeah, and the entire time Porkchop was doing the interviews, I
That's
would
not
have
any
been.
good. Stems and seeds suck.
No, that's why he was smoking straight dirt.
And the entire time Porkchop was doing the interviews, I would have been flirting with the queen.
I will give you a single attempt at this.
All right.
Flat. Int, wisdom, charisma.
Int 0, wisdom 0, charisma 4. So you want all of them.
Sure. We're going with the full spectrum.
All right. Well, the last one will be charisma. So, add 4 to it. That way I can just do a reroll. I'm incredibly intelligent, not very wise, and somewhat charismatic.
That's most of the party.
You have failed to seduce the queen.
Aim too high.
Well, you always want to aim high.
Yeah, well,
And
shoot
as
for the
long as you
moon.
didn't insult her and she wants to kill us, I mean, that's all well and good.
Indeed. You didn't fail badly enough to offend her. You just have not succeeded at all.
And you know the charisma's a 17, right?
Oh, you're sweet. Seize him.
Does that change anything, Gilbert, or did you account for that?
She wants you to record it for her.
Wait, where's the 17?
Because I could repeat the roll. Charisma is a +4, so the last roll is charisma 17.
Oh.
That's why I was saying it. That way I can just do, instead of rolling 3 separate times and having to type it out.
Oh, that
actually does work.
Yeah, that actually does work. That charisma does actually push your average up enough.
Wonderful.
Congratulations. You have seduced the queen.
Cool.
Low key though, nothing's happening, and but you should all probably stay at the camp for the night. No particular reason.
We're gonna skip to the morning.
Fade to black.
Fade to black.
You just hear in the background the squeaky voice going on and on about Lorebard.
Sinclair would advise Dern to be careful in camp.
Sinclair goes to advise the queen. The rest of you are, I believe, doing something productive.
Oh yeah, we're spreading the joy of the Lorebard.
Fight Club?
No fight club.
Sinclair.
Mm-hmm.
Not Sinclair. Dern and Cern, you remember the part where you were explicitly told not to proselytize while you were here?
Well, we're not proselytizing. We're just spreading the good word.
Yeah, that's proselytizing.
No, it's not. They're not unwilling. We haven't tied anyone to a chair.
Yet.
You seem to have a somewhat skewed idea of what proselytizing is.
He does, because he's a gnome.
Yeah.
It's just going to see if any of the knights want to spar, and I don't see how they fight.
As Dern just gets successively thrown out of tent after tent after tent as soon as he opens his mouth about the Lorebard.
Quite
and he
literally.
Doesn't take it negatively, no matter what.
Exactly. It's always a positive interaction with Dern.
And then I'm assuming Mittens Faye are doing Fight Club.
And I begin leaving the pamphlets around. In strategic places where people can get them.
Yeah, like the toilet.
Hey,
Everybody needs toilet paper.
He's swiping the toilet paper from the castle.
Replaces. He specifically goes to all of the outhouses and replaces the corn cob with a pamphlet.
I'm sorry, the corn cob?
Yeah.
What
They
is it?
They wipe with a corn cob out here.
I mean, they don't use the three
Hey,
shell.
you're at a TP. All I saw in there was a corn cob. No, he doesn't know about the corn cob.
He doesn't know about the 3 corn cobs.
yeah. Where's y'all's poop knife?
Not the
Oh,
poop knife.
no.
That was one of the funniest internet stories ever.
All right. Well, the next morning, it happens. Those of you who I believe were Fea and Mittens were sparring with some of the local knights.
Yeah.
Yep.
Making
How are
friends.
They're actually pretty good. Not as good as you guys, but pretty damn
Boys.
good.
Know how to wrestle.
If we had to rank them on a scale of, I don't know, 1 to 20, and give some designation like fighter, barbarian, paladin. Oh, something arbitrary like that.
Fighters 8 to 12.
Kindergarten levels, alright. Or is that grades? Are they high school fighters?
These guys are like high school fighters with college sports scholarships lined up. Like some of the warriors you fight here are genuinely quite skilled.
They're in the varsity fight squad.
Yeah. These people
Right.
quite clearly have a healthy and lively martial culture.
Marginally better than militia when militia is starving. Notes for the dwarves.
Marginally better than starving militia. That's good.
Who's militia? Is that the queen?
Actually, they do not. You guys don't end up battling anyone who's part of an honor guard for one of the royalty.
Too busy.
I mean, I had a nasty fight with one of the royalty.
Oh yeah, I heard that from out here. It sounded like it was going most of the night.
Yeah, she has reach, but you have flexibility.
Wait, she has reach?
She has reach, but he has
I
pull-on
like the
massive.
tall ones. It's
You're
okay.
missing the meme, but I got it.
Squat nimbleness.
All right, but yeah, you all you probably eventually sleep. But the next day has happened. Yay!
All right. Now I think we can be on our way.
Yep. Probably go back, kill the dwarf. Yes?
Why do we care?
A dead mouth doesn't talk. Dead men tell no tales.
But he's a dwarf.
What's the relevancy to him being a dwarf?
The dwarf, not a human.
Look, dead men tell no tales. Dead dwarves are real fucking chatterboxes.
Fucking snitches.
Well, living ones are a lot more chatty.
No, the chattiest dwarf we had about who killed them was a dead dwarf.
Or so I don't like leaving loose ends.
Well, he did call me scum and insult the lore bard.
Exactly.
Okay, I guess it's acceptable to go kill him.
It's only
morally
half
speaking.
a day.
And he was flirting with me.
Oh, is that the guy that insulted Dern?
Yeah,
Oh,
and the
yeah,
lore
we're
bard.
definitely going- Oh, well, we're definitely going back and kill him.
No,
yeah.
no, no. It's not
Yes.
murder. It's returning him to the natural way of things.
It's recycling. I hear
Oh,
it's
no,
good
it's
for.
straight murder, but
No, it's
CERN is okay with it
recycling.
because he's a stupid dwarf.
So anyway, yeah, we head back to the camp where he told us to meet him.
Like, he ain't the only racist one, you know? CERN tolerates the biggers that are with him, but, you know, nobody else.
So yeah, I guess we go and deal with the dwarf.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. You return to the side of the explosion, and you can see the dwarf sitting there, resting his back against a broken wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yes. The scum have returned. Did you kill the queen?
Yep, and I use minor illusion to produce a queen head from my bag. Requires no verbal component. So I can just do the somatic in the bag with my hand, and then...
What spell?
Doesn't minor illusion only produce like a 2D image?
Well,
Yeah.
it's a static image. It can be 3D.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's a perspective thing. I can drop
Well-
the bag and hold it up.
Ah, okay, I see what you're doing. Because I was about to
Yes.
say, what?
Yeah, I can't pull a head out of a bag, but I can pull a bag off of a head.
Jitsu processed.
Oh, that's
look in a
fucking
moment.
CERN right there. Anyway,
Ah, yes, excellent. Although I'm going to be honest, that's not typically how you take a head out of a bag. Stupid knife-ear scum.
well, regardless, and Sinclair puts it back in the bag.
You mean lifts the bag up off the
Yes.
ground?
Then I
give
put the bag back on my
me a
back.
deception check.
That's also a 14, by the way.
Yeah, it looks like weird and unusual and sketchy to everybody, but like, you definitely did it. Ah, most excellent. Very good.
So, where's your guys' camp in this area? Besides this one. That's not really a camp anymore. It's more of a grave. But that's neither here nor there. Well, I mean, it's kind of over there and kind of over there.
My camp is the dwarven hold of Mustafi. Not too far from here.
Which direction?
Southeast. It's not like it's secret.
Well, we are new to the area, so all the information, the more the merrier. But anyway, I'd like to introduce you to my friends. Demise and Damnation. Sinclair points at Dern and CERN.
What? No, you got it all wrong. I'm Dern. This is CERN. We've met before.
Sinclair face palms.
This is why gnomish scum are slightly better than elven scum. At least they know their own names.
Stab it! Eldritch Blast. Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
Eldritch Blast.
Sinclair
Eldritch Blast,
face
Eldritch
palms
Blast.
and goes, "That was the cue, guys."
Eldritch Blast. Eldritch Blast. Eldritch Blast. He's gonna keep running his filthy dwarven mouth. I'm gonna put something in it.
We really need better code words for kill them. Like, instead of let me introduce you to my friends, let's just try kill them.
I said shotgun.
Shotgun, damn it.
This is Dern's response to my introduction. Oh, what is it? A Droxian or whatever? He's a Droxian. They take everything literally.
No,
Metaphors go over his head.
I mean, he did a great job of the character, even though that is not Drax that he played.
Yeah. Well, he was Batista and Drax, you know.
Yeah,
outfit.
it was Batista that painted to look like Drax. That
Yeah.
did a pretty good job.
But the
yeah,
line is what the line is what I'm trying to remember.
Oh yeah.
What are you rolling?
I Etheridge blasted at him.
I don't think he was expecting it.
Oh, was he expecting it, Gilbert? Then if he wasn't expecting it, then I got to roll 3 more dice. Because those first...
Surprise doesn't give advantage? Question mark.
So that's 3 hits?
Oh, good.
Oh, that solves that problem. I don't believe he's armed nor armored.
I mean, he might survive. See?
He coughs up blood after you shoot him. Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal, gnome scum.
Alright, to be that
All right,
one,
let's kill him.
Is he still up from that, or was that his dying words?
He's still up.
Oh,
Do we have to roll initiative? Or we just...
No, he's not fighting you.
I hit him over the head with a stick.
Yeah, I was waiting for the bonk.
Come to finish me off in melee, gnome scum.
Well, I'm pretty sure if an 11 hits.
So, Dern, you walk up to hit him with your stick, and as you do, the ground explodes underneath this dwarf.
What?
I need a dexterity saving throw from you.
Hey.
Surprise!
Is this a charm, disease, or frighten effect?
Doesn't
No.
sound like it. It sounds
Does
like it's
suicide
landmine.
vest count as a charm?
They planted landmines.
The dwarf farts loudly.
Well, when you kill someone, they do release their bowels.
So, that passes.
He's releasing a little more than his bowels.
As you take 15, half of 15 points of bludgeoning damage from this explosion, which also coincidentally blows the dwarf apart.
I very carefully, put the stick on the ground and take a step back and be like, I didn't know it would do that. Sorry, guys. Got a little messy.
That's okay.
The second landmine goes off. I'm joking.
You know, we never got that guy's name. I'm going to call him Oliver.
Did your staff get enchanted overnight? Can I...
What just happened? Dern, what did you do?
I don't know what I did. I just hit him with a stick and it all exploded.
Can I look at it for a second?
The lore bar took vengeance.
It must have.
I'd like to
Turns of
investigate
Mittens. Go ahead.
ground. Well, Mittens
Mittens gonna
investigates
take
the staff.
Yeah, Miz is gonna take the staff and just tap it on her, like her own shin, see if she explodes.
When you go to tap your own shin, Dern dives for cover.
No explosions occur.
All right. Well, I'll pop a
We
detect
almost
magic
got rid of
and
the cat.
they can do whatever for 10 minutes.
Don't worry, apparently I'm trained in ordnance disposal. It's safe now, and I'll return it to Dern.
Oh, okay, great. Did you figure out what happened? Because if we could do that on demand, that'd be awfully powerful.
Using my powers of science and investigation, he died.
Hmm.
Explosively.
Does anybody do anything for 10 minutes?
No, I'll watch you.
What you're doing?
Yeah, well, I'm casting detect magic, so it's, I'm going to spend 10 minutes doing the ritual, so, people could do stuff in that time. If not, then...
We didn't take any damage. We didn't. No, it's fine.
I mean, I took 7 points of bludgeoning damage, which is nothing. Like, I have 130 hit points.
So I'm just gonna clarify here. You guys understand that was a glyph of warding, right?
That's why I'm doing a detect magic, just to make sure. Looking for the latent magic, and then, yep, that was it.
Oh, never mind.
Gilbert, I don't know what you're talking about.
And also, we're not familiar with the regions. They could have smoke powder here.
Clearly, Mittens safely disposed of the explosive property to protect Dern from any further explosions.
So, yes, I'm casting detect magic to make sure it was a glyph of warding and not something else.
Gilbert just doesn't want you finding the holy hand grenade of Antioch.
The holy hand grenade of Antioch.
You detect no other magics.
Okay, so yeah, just latent from glyph of warding in the dirt.
Well, that's gone now, yeah.
Okay, well, area's clear.
Oh, we are on board with the humans at this point, I guess, or are we just fucking off and leaving that what it is?
So, we can go look for the Clayman. We could go kill off the dwarves, who are obviously the bad guy in this story.
Are they?
I mean, the accent, guys. Come on!
Oh, that's just because I couldn't get like a proper dwarven accent.
I mean, I'm biased, but I mean, he did, have.
He's insulted everybody in the party except for Mittens.
Okay, well,
and he paid the price.
Which might have been worse.
Evil. And also, just because he's evil doesn't mean all of them are evil.
That's right.
They kill the whole village of humans. You're a human. Why do I need to make this a point?
Okay, but that Clayman killed a whole, city by himself.
You know how many villages of humans have killed?
Yeah, also, this is apparently, typical for warfare, so I can't pass a moral judgment.
They kill them all. You kill them all. I don't care.
So
humans can die.
For some medieval context, what the fuck? Okay, so for some context, it is not unusual in this region and this kind of warfare for villages to be destroyed. However, most conflict that you're going to have is, generally speaking, about claiming territory and towns and land. So, manipulation is, generally speaking, not the most productive way to fight a war. It happens.
It seems to be what's happening here based on what I understand of the human kingdom's motivation in this conflict.
They're both trying to genocide each other, so
yes.
We don't know what the dwarves' motivation is, but the humans are definitely seeking to fight a war of extermination against the dwarves.
That is correct.
So until we know both sides of the story, I would assume the humans are the bad guys in this scenario.
I don't see it that way. Oh, wait, you're human, though. I don't see it that way. I think humans are the good guys. I hope they exterminate every last stinking dwarf in this place. That means there'll be one less that we have to exterminate. But that's good.
I was just giving the options.
Guys, when did CERN get this racist?
I have no idea.
I feel like I just
been
heard him
this
be this
racist.
racist in the other direction like a minute ago.
No. We need to find out why they are at war.
Well, we
What
found
They
out.
had
started
told them to fight.
Well, yeah, but why? Humans want the extermination for what reason? Why are they trying to?
The end of all
exterminate the
times.
Yeah. They believe that the end of days is at hand, and that if they don't wipe out the dwarves, they'll be able to like follow them into the next world, basically, which is bad. So they're trying to get rid of them.
So
Basically, their
holy
promised
war.
paradise is on its way, and they don't want
It's
to
a
have to share
holy
it.
war. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of a holy war and kind of a
A
race
holy
war.
war and not for your religion. So
Yeah.
clearly heretical.
Okay, so yeah, definitely the bad guys.
Wait, Gilbert. Do the humans have blonde hair and blue eyes?
And led by dementia.
Actually,
have
they have a range. You're going to find people,
Okay.
blonde hair,
No,
brown hair,
I was
red
just
hair,
asking.
black
I was
hair.
just asking if they all had blonde hair and blue eyes. If they didn't, then not a problem.
No, most of what they have is brown and red.
Brown hair and red eyes? That's weird.
No. brown and red hair are the two common colors here, with a fairly sizable number of people having blonde or black hair, but the predominant colors are brown and red.
I was told this was a Bronze Age setting, so I'm just imagining everyone being sexy Mediterraneans.
Well, yeah, but there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there isn't.
Gotta get more of that Bronze Age sexiness going around everywhere.
So really, to end the war, what we need to do is we need to get both sides converted to the lore bard. And then there won't be any need for the war.
Make lore, not war.
Make lore, not war.
I like that. That's our new slogan.
Totally for no reason at all.
Why are we posting the pillar stoties?
Bronze, sexy men.
They're a little
Pillar
older than the
men.
Bronze Age, but just a little bit.
They're the closest person to the Bronze Age that's
Also,
still alive.
they don't look very bronze, which is what I was imagining.
Yeah, I got what I got.
I mean, I'm always happy to see the pillar stoties, but
All right. So what's the verdict? What's the general consensus for where we go next? Do we want to just go to the lake, not deal with these idiots,
Yes, we
should go to the lake.
and then find the Clayman?
yeah, we should find the Clayman.
Yeah, because we can
We'll
get that
go to the lake
Clayman
first.
converted.
Yeah, we gotta get that lake.
Go to the lake first. That's the primary objective. That's why we're out this way. And then once we finalize that part of, that quest tree, we can fuck around with the Clayman.
Yeah.
All right.
This
We have our
Clayman
objective.
he better not start talking about the bear and the bull, or I'm gonna be mad.
Well, we gotta go do this fancy ritual for the lore bard.
Yep.
But we didn't
Alright.
have to. I mean, we didn't have to cross anywhere called the Divide, but I guess this would qualify as the land's divided.
I just noticed that you spelled my name wrong, Gilbert.
Knee Papa.
Wait, Gilbert, do you have the ability to change his name?
He did, because
He's staff rank.
Oh yeah, right. fucking haze.
He can do it, and I think Under can do it as well.
Yeah, Under can.
Yeah, fucking taking away my staff role.
Wait, mine too. That fucker.
Yeah. Sent his staff because of movie night.
Unbelievable.
That's all you have to do to get staff?
Host a game.
I've streamed movie night before. Alright, but anyways,
Lake.
off to the lake.
Don't make me staff. I don't want the responsibility. I'm lazy. I don't want to do it.
Responsibility.
Yeah, I gave that shit up a long time ago. I've been retired for a long time. No, that happened. That's not true.
To the lake.
To the lake.
Away! Why is he chuckling? What the hell did you do to my day, Gilbert? Will you quit acting like a 2-year-old?
Stepbrother.
I mean, it's possible. You never know.
Well, I think that's all of that I got in me. And I do have work in the morning.
All right, have a great night, Pete.
Have fun.
All right.
Going to the water thing.
So, you guys have had your encounters here and have decided you will wash your hands of the situation for now and leave.
Yep.
All right. And you guys travel along the road through this war-torn land to the east until you get to the lake. What did I call the lake again?
Hibbleman.
Hibbleman, yes. No, Hibblemore. It's like Hibblemore. You can't fucking trick me.
Lake
Like
Lock.
Hibblemore. And so you all depart, and we'll call things there for tonight.
All right.
It's 10:30, and it's the most natural stopping.